Hello, everyone. Welcome back to your friendly neighborhood YouTube channel of mine, Titus. I am Titus, your host of this channel, and today I will be going over something that I've known about for quite a while. I've known this particular thing for quite a while. Within the platform of Roblox, roleplay games are quite a common reoccurrence. Whether they range from Warrior Cats Ultimate Edition to Wings of Fire Beta, or hell, even Royal High. I've never played Royal High, but I'm sure if I look deep enough into the internet these days, I will find this particular section of it. I'm referring to the strange and unusual section of these fandoms that actively go looking for strange and unusual entities that lurk within the games. But for today's video, I'm going to be specifically covering this side of the community within Warrior Cats Ultimate Edition, or WCUE for short, which I will be referring to a lot in this video. WCUE, or Warrior Cats Ultimate Edition, as I have stated, is a Warrior Cats role-playing game based on the book series Warrior Cats by Aaron Hunter, a popular preteen book series about random cats living in the woods in 4 clans. I'm not really going to get into the lore of it all. I read this book series back in middle school, and I haven't picked it up since. But the community is very big, even outside of the YouTube space. Now, there's 2 types of generalized. There are many players within Warrior Cats Ultimate Edition, but I'm mostly going to be breaking them down into 2 different categories. You have the people who are either there to roleplay, make skins, cosplay, you name it. They're just there to chill. That's really all they do. I mean, I play the game and I roleplay and chill. I'm more of that player. Then you have the people who NPC hunt. You're probably asking me, Titus, what on God's green earth is an NPC in terms of Warrior Cats Ultimate Edition? That's a good question. NPCs, in terms of gaming in general, are non-player characters. That's just generally what the term means. But in certain games, these, such as Warrior Cats Ultimate Edition, this can mean other things. Within Warrior Cats Ultimate Edition, NPCs are entities, hackers, or just mysterious beings that just simultaneously exist in the game. No one knows how or why they got there. Some of them know. Some people know how they got there, but I'm not really taking that deep of a dive into this. I am gonna dive into it in this video, but I'm not going to take a deep dive into it. People summon these things into their servers, or small private servers, to, I guess, learn more about them, or they just do it for shits and giggles. I'm not really sure. In the background of this video, I will be trying to finish up the quest. Yeah. I have a life outside of YouTube. Mostly at the Nova Shrine. Now, before we start this video, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe to see more, as I may be going over various other games that I find that have this strange and unusual side of it, outside of the main fanbase. Without further ado, let us begin. To begin this particular section of the video, I want to start by saying this. If anyone in this video is convinced to go look for these things, or anything of that sort of matter, do not just do it blindly. Take my advice. There are some entities within this side of the fandom that have been known to kick, ban, do other various terrible things to your account. So when I say this, take my advice, do not do this unless you are absolutely certain that you're willing to risk your main account with everything on it, or you have an alt. Now I'm gonna start this video by heavily thanking the lovely community members in the Warrior Cats Ultimate Edition WCUE wiki fandom, NPC wiki fandom, where most of the information regarding this topic I have gathered. From what little research I have done and will do for my videos, because I don't want to research, I will say this. NPCs are truly fascinating things. I've known about them for a few years. Quite a while, in fact. When I was in middle school, I watched, it was either middle school or early high school, I watched a video about summoning rank, I believe. And it was just this rather stunning thing, and I will be honest, I tried to look over that video that I watched. I'm not sure if the video's even up anymore. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's still up. Essentially, it was the whole summoning thing, then they hid, and the person who was recording got kicked with a little message. I forgot what the message said, as it's been a while. But I am absolutely certain that these things do exist, though I will say this, there is much controversy regarding this. The developers within Warrior Cats Ultimate Edition don't want to scare players, so they tell people these entities do not exist. They do not exist, you cannot summon them, when, quite frankly, if you look at any sort of NPC hunting videos for more than a few minutes, you can clearly see that if you find the right videos where people have gotten possessed, or they've just straight up seen the thing just like spawn on top of them for no apparent reason whatsoever, other than they summoned the thing into their server and it just said, "Hi, I'm just going to appear over you now, cower in fear." And truly, I will say this, I do not have the guts to do this. But I think one that comes to mind when I first found out about this topic was Blink. Blink was one that I'm sure many NPC hunters found out about when they first found this and got into this. Now, I never got into this, but I can tell you this for a fact. I started looking at it with Blink. Basically, this right here is Blink's wiki page on the WCUE NPC wiki. All credit goes to any art piece or whatever is here. So, I'm not really sure how true it is, and as I was making this video, I asked someone in the fandom, hey, to kind of summarize this for me. I will not be including it in this main long-form video because I don't want to reorganize all my recording. And I've already started editing it. But you can slow down the video if you want to read the information on the page. If you want to. So, regarding Blink, supposedly it was removed and he has always been fake, though I don't really know anything on this matter. I don't know if Blink's always been fake. I don't know if he is fake. Apparently, there was no summoning for him. There was a faked summoning, but, like, if you got images of, like, people seeing him in, like, the old times, and hell, even that tombstone right there, it's enough to make me personally believe they exist. Even though I personally don't have the guts. And also, yeah, there was an official card page for him. Me personally, I do not have the guts to go looking for this type of thing. Not because I don't want to, it's because I'm scared of losing my account and my sister uses my alt account. Which I have stuff that I particularly like on WCUE on my alt account that, despite not having any game passes on there, because the account I use for Roblox is the first account, not the first account I ever made, but the account that has, like, everything on it. It would really suck, and I know that I'm just really going to get banned from Warrior Cats Ultimate Edition. I don't really know how far these bans go with NPCs, but now we're kind of going to move on to our rankings. Within this side of the Warrior Cats Ultimate Edition community, I'm just going to call them the NPC hunters. Within the NPC hunter side of this community, there is rankings. You got the harmless. Harmless are they're just friendly guys who aren't deadly. They're not dangerous. I don't really know how far they're gonna go. I think that with most of these, they're just gonna spawn in. Maybe they'll, like, look at you a little bit. Maybe follow you. I have heard things about, like, oh no, this NPC will follow you. Or, like, maybe you'll just get kicked and that's fine. I don't really know what's considered harmless. You got dangerous, which are just generally... they're just not safe. I'm kind of thinking with, like, dangerous, it's small bands and game kicking with, like, maybe jump scares. Then there's, like, apocalyptic, which are dangerous. A few examples of apocalyptic NPCs I am shown scrolling through here, and I'm gonna show an example of one a little later. Each of these are generally not recommended for beginners because you are risking, with most of these, your account. Some of them aren't even cats, like you got Spider, who is technically supposed to be a spider, though I'm not sure if anyone has actually ever seen him. So, yeah. It's a fairly small community, I'll say. And a lot of the pages are locked to the point where they can't be edited. This is one right here. They're called the Barn Twins. I've heard of them from, like, a creepypasta video from, like, one Wildcraft YouTuber who does a lot of that sort of stuff. It's important to know that this page is not factual, reasonable, or anything like that, and it is also locked. Obviously, it has the classic little stuff like summoning, and how it looks, the requirements, all that sort of stuff, and spawning locations, abilities like possession, jump scare, banning, kicking, yeah, you name it. And, like, heavy warning for, like, a little bit of hi, hello, what the heck. Yeah, so even lore. Supposedly, you know, it's in the game when you see the barn lights turn red, but they also have a jump scare thing, which I don't see very many recorded jump scares. I'm sure that if I could, I probably could go out of my way and go look for the NPC jump scares on YouTube, but I don't want to do that. Number one, because I'm scared, okay? Like, I will admit, I am scared. I'm a little spooked. Just the whole thought of entities lurking in the most normal roleplay game kind of scares the living crap out of me. But, rest assured, that most NPC hunters nowadays have code, symbols, and I'm sure they are going to have to find ways to adapt with the new Roblox update, being the chat ban. The chat ban, I imagine, has put an amazing little boundary between a lot of hunters. As I would imagine that it has negatively affected the affected this particular sport. I'm gonna call it a sport? I'd say hobby. More like hobby is the best way to put it. Because a lot of the NPCs require chanting in chat. Not like the private chat or something like that. I think it's like you mostly talk in regular chat if you're gonna do this. But it requires chatting. So I don't know if summonings still work if you have people around different age ranges, as long as people are saying the same thing or performing the same action to summon the thing. Now, I will admit, I would not go around summoning these things without knowing what you're getting yourself into. So it's very important to follow codes. Unfortunately, in this particular recording, I do not have any sort of codes that people can follow. That is a question that I would look for actual NPC hunters for. Turn to those who actually do this, and not just random Creatures of Scenario YouTubers. I'm not even gonna say I'm a Creatures of Scenario YouTuber, because I'm not. I use Creatures of Scenario gameplay, because I have nothing better to do with my life. And I would turn to people who have done this, using people who actually and actively perform the act of NPC hunting. I am not an advocate for this community, and it is really better if you turn to actual people who do this. A great example is WCUE NPC Hub. I watched one of their live streams today, and I will admit that was pretty freaking cool, considering how one of the people in it actually got a little recording of when an NPC just straight up appeared over them. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier in the video. But I have some more information I have received, and I will be posting in the form of a YouTube short. For now, this has been Titus. I'm done yapping for today, and I will see you later. Credits to all those who are in this wonderful community. Farewell for now. Have a good day/night.